So the Activision Blizzard acquisition from Xbox, a lot of people think because the CMA in the UK denied it, that it's game over, that it's not going to happen. That's not necessarily true. In fact, we got news today that it looks like, rumor is, that the EU is going to clear this. They're going to clear the acquisition. So what happens? Let's play this out. What would happen, I wonder, if the EU clears it? If the US, which who knows, some say that it won't clear, some say that it will clear, but let's pretend that it clears in the US as well. So now you have the US, the EU, Japan has already cleared it. So you've got 3 of the 4 biggest markets and the UK doesn't clear it. What happens then? I think Microsoft decides to just say, to hell with the UK, so to speak. I mean, and work around basically that ruling so that they can have Call of Duty is too big. Activision is too big to not go through with that deal. So it looks like EU decision is clearing. $69 billion Microsoft Activision deal expected May 15th. Sources say these are just rumors. These are just sources. These are from Reuters, though, pretty reputable. And let's read through this. The European Commission's imminent clearance comes nearly 3 weeks after the UK Competition Authority blocked the deal, the biggest ever deal in gaming, over concerns it would hinder competition in cloud gaming. Such stupid logic. Guys, politicians don't know what they're talking about. Politicians are not acting in our best interest. Not as gamers. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're acting in political interests. Duh. Anyways, the EU antitrust enforcer is expected to clear the acquisition after Microsoft agreed to licensing deals with cloud streaming rivals, including Nvidia, Ukraine's Boosteroid, and Japan's Ubitus. Other people with direct knowledge of the matter told Reuters in March. It also has an agreement with Nintendo to bring Activision's Call of Duty to its gaming platform should the acquisition go through. U.S. distributor Valve Corp, owner of the world's largest video game distribution platform Steam, declined a contract, saying that it trusts Microsoft. It's also for this deal. In fact, all of the big players are for the deal. I think the only big player that wasn't was Sony. The deadline is May 22nd for this, but EU looks like it's going to go through. So there's a huge market there in EU where it goes through. It is not going through right now in the UK, but hold on. It may, because Microsoft's not done. That's right. Microsoft right here hires an EU beating lawyer to help overturn UK regulators' Activision merger block. That's right. They're bringing out the big guns to make sure this goes through in the UK. Again, I've said this before. I'll say it again. First of all, Microsoft has more money than God. Second of all, they don't make a deal with this unless they're all in on making it happen. They're not just going to step away and say, oh, okay, because these politicians told us, no, we're going to go away. Just make the politicians flip. How do you do that? Well, you hire a badass lawyer to come and get the ruling overturned. So who is this lawyer? Let's see. The Telegraph reports that the company has now hired Daniel Beard and plans to lodge an appeal at the UK's Competition Appeal Tribunal in a matter of days. Beard, who is described, is it Baird? It might be Baird. Sounds like it's Baird. My bad. Sorry, Mr. Baird. Barrister Baird. Baird, who is described in the article as a leading competition barrister, has a reputation for overturning large-scale decisions made by the EU regulator. He represented Apple after the EU demanded the company pay $13 billion in taxes because it claimed Ireland offered it illegal state aid. Apple went on to win the appeal. He also represented Intel in a $1.1 billion fine that he got overturned. And now he's representing Microsoft to hopefully overturn the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. EU is supposed to come. So if the EU comes out, says yes, Japan has already said yes, and now you've got this badass lawyer on your side going to town. The question is, does it go through? Does it need to go through? Does Microsoft need it at this point? I'd say in the current atmosphere, absolutely yes. This would be a huge win for them to get these all taken care of. This would be a huge win from a perspective standpoint if on May 15th, which is in 5 days, if the rumor is true and the EU comes out and approves it. Again, guys, I think it's inevitable. This is big boy money. This is the big leagues that we're talking about. You don't get told no at this level. You just throw more money at it. You just lawyer up and get what you want. I mean, that's it. And let's be honest, every analyst of the CMA's reasoning has said it's super, super weak. So it's not like, oh, yeah, they had sound ground. This absolutely shouldn't. No, it was super weak. Their competitors said they're fine with it, except Sony. Go figure. And we talked yesterday a little bit about, I wonder why Sony doesn't want to. And for everybody that thinks that Game Pass is not the future, you're just wrong. You just are. It is the future. It's why Sony is so adamant and so against this, because it knows that it's not about any single game in a Game Pass subscription model. It's about the breadth of your library. And you get Call of Duty in there. Sure, I could go pay $70 on PlayStation to play it, or PC, or I can subscribe to Game Pass and get it plus a whole bunch of other games for a $15 a month subscription, or $20 a month subscription, whatever it raises to eventually. That's it. That's the ball game. I think this is big. I think this is good news. I don't think enough people are talking about it. I think we'll see. We'll see if EU does decide to clear this. I think it's going to be a win, a much needed win in the marketing place for Microsoft, in the perception box, because perception is reality. And right now perception is down just with everything that happened with Redfall. So it will be interesting though. What happens if they decide yes, if Japan has already said yes, and then you still have the U.S. to rule. We'll see where that goes, but it's going to be very interesting. If I was a lawyer, I'm sure I'd be interested in the legalese of it, but I'm not. I'm just interested in the games. I'm interested in Game Pass. I really think it's the future, because it is. I'd love to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel. My name is X1 the Gamer. We do Xbox videos here all the time, and I'll see you guys next time.